beautiful day, guys. We don't get many days like this in Ireland, but when we do, we need to make the most of them. So, I'm out for a ride today. Not really sure where I'm going. Couldn't really decide on where to go, so I've set a route in Calimoto, 150 kilometers, and I'm just going to follow whatever Calimoto says and see where it takes us for the day. I'm trying to get used to using Calimoto because I have a European trip coming up, which I'll tell you more about as we get closer to the time, and I've planned all the routes for that trip using Calimoto. So as you can see, I've Calimoto on the Chiggy display here that I fitted in the last video. I'll link that in the description. Some other additions I made to the bike in that video as well. I added this tank bag, the SW Motec Pro Micro tank bag. I've also added this USB charger here, which would be great for charging devices on the go, phones, cameras, batteries, that sort of stuff. And I added some knuckle guards to the front of the bike. I think they really suit this style of bike. Really happy with them. They're the Honda OEM parts, so they look really good. Although it's sunny, it's still quite cold. It's still not quite summer yet. Bit to go before we get there. Still only just coming into spring, but still beautiful weather for the bike. It's dry and sunny. I'm really happy with the dash cams that came with the Chiggy system. I had to pull a bit of video off them yesterday when I was driving to work. A guy in a van tried to swap paint colours with me, let's put it that way. So I pulled the video off, and yeah, it's really good quality. One thing about living in a place like this where you have really good roads, you kind of keep repeating the same roads you go driving on each time or go for a ride on, because they're the ones you know, and you know the destinations at the end of each ride. So that's why I thought I'd give Calimoto a chance today, maybe discover something new in my own area, which would be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens. So far we're on the fairly beaten track anyway, but I had a kind of a preview of the ride, and we're definitely going places that I haven't gone before today, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm so much happier with the bike lately since I've added my own few little bits of personalizations. The top box on the back, and you know, the few bits up here at the front that I spoke about already. Just feels a lot more, you know, suited to me and my needs. My only real concern with the upcoming tour I have is it's only got a 12-litre petrol tank, which means, you know, I need to top up with petrol about every 200 kilometers or so, depending on how I ride. If I'm on a motorway, it's going to be like 180 kilometers. If I'm on slower roads, it could get up to 220, 230 kilometers. But, you know, when you're in an unknown area, it's kind of a bit of range anxiety. But as long as I plan things well, then it should be fine. Okay, so this is a road I've definitely never been on before, so this is where it gets interesting, I suppose. One of the things with Calimoto, especially in Ireland here, is I pick winding roads as my route as opposed to twisty, because especially in rural Ireland, twisty roads generally are the type of roads that have grass growing up the middle of them and stuff like that. So I stick to windy for now, and it's kind of, we'll see how it goes. There's a bit of gravel on this road here, so just going to take it a little bit easy. but this is nice up here. Spectacular view. Kind of going uphill, probably up towards the top of the Burren, but I've never taken this road up before. Beautiful. Bit of a hairpin here will take it handy because there's gravel on the road, and typical Irish country road, grass down the middle. Definitely not what I was expecting from Calimoto. I thought when I put twisty I'd end up on these roads, not when I put windy, but it is what it is. Wow, it's really nice up here. Spectacular views right across Clare. This part of Clare, an area known as the Burren. I spoke about it in one of my previous videos, but it's an area of natural beauty. It's called the Burren because it's a barren land. It's mostly stone, sandstone, but it's a really unique place. I find it beautiful. So many different, colours and landscapes. I really love. Anytime I go for a ride and it brings me through the Burren, it's always, spectacular. All times of the year and all types of weather. See a little doggy in a garden up here, so we gotta take it easy. I feel like he wants to chase me. No, he didn't want to chase me. Maybe the cow will. It's just quite gravelly in the middle of the road here, so I just need to keep my wits about me. The road is pretty horrific as well, with potholes. It's not the smoothest road you're ever going to ride. Looks like we're heading back downhill a little bit here. Whoa, that was a massive pothole. I just missed it by a millimeter. Joining a bit more of a major road here. I say major, it's still a country road but bit more trotting than the one we were on for sure. Oh my god, look at that view of the lake. Not sure if you can see it from my camera over there. Nice. There's a sign back there that said beware of children. I'm sure it's a road safety thing, but it looked like something from a horror movie. Beware of the children. Yeah, these roads are much more like it. This is what I was hoping to get today. Much more of this, please. There's little patches of gravel over the road where they've repaired the road from winter wear. I just caught one there as I was coming around the bend, gave the back of the bike a little bit of a kick. That sort of stuff will keep you awake. Nice big sod of turf in the middle of the road there as well. And this farmer in his pickup truck is going to spoil our fun. Ah well. Bye bye, farmer friend. The views here are absolutely spectacular. It's a little residential area here. Imagine living here looking at those views every day. The Burren Mountains. Beautiful. And then hearing me with my what? That's the problem with the country roads. You get idiots that don't look where they're going. Anyway, back to the video. You know, I could see that guy as I was coming down the hill, and I seen his nose coming to the junction, and I was like, this guy ain't stopping. So at least I had my wits about me. You really need to when you're on the bike, because people just aren't used to bikes. Like, even since I've changed the exhaust on this bike, it's really loud. I took the muffler out, so it's kind of antisocial, but even with that, he didn't see me coming at all. And even when I waved my arms at him, like, it was just a blank expression on his face. He didn't care. There's no skin off his nose. But if I didn't have my wits about me, I would have been into the side of his 4x4 and would have been game over. Anyway, no point in dwelling on these things. We can go back to enjoying this beautiful weather, this beautiful scenery, and these moderately beautiful roads. Before anyone tells me that I've been going too fast on the road, I'm going the speed limit. The speeds on these roads range between 60 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, and 100 kilometers an hour, depending on the stretches. And that road I was on there was 100 kilometers an hour, and I was doing 90 when he pulled out. Hit the side of a 4x4 90 kilometers an hour, you'll know all about it. Oh my god, look at this view. Incredible. Wow. I believe this area here is called the Flaggy Shore. So it's an area that kind of divides Clare and Galway. I'm not 100% sure, but if I were to guess, I would say it gets its name from the flagstones, the flaggy stones. I don't know. I'll look it up later. I have to say, I'm loving this Calimoto adventure. Definitely going to do this in future. There's a crow carrying some stuff for his nest. When the weather's like this, I'm so jealous of these people who live in these houses and they have these spectacular views all the time. But, you know, you only get these views when the weather is nice. There's some pretty harsh, cold winter months when you live up here. I actually know where I am now. So this is up here is Lennan's Oyster Bar on the right hand side. Very famous fish restaurant. Beautiful views out there over the harbour. Well worth a visit if you're in the area. More beautiful scenery at every turn. Oh, and a big mobile phone mast. You know, why not? Oh yeah, look at this. Spectacular. Never been here before. What a place. Really is a beautiful part of the world. So happy I let Calimoto pick my ride today. Spectacular scenery around every single corner. Back on a few more country roads here. Wow, that's a big truck for this road. Luckily I'm just a little bike, so I can squeeze up here. So I think we're on the return loop of our little spin today. So we're not going back the same road. Calimoto makes a loop for a round trip, so it'll bring you through a new area on the way home. Looks like we're going back through another part of the Burren here. More beautiful scenery. I know I keep talking about the beautiful scenery, but it is really beautiful. I hope it comes across on the camera. I've had to swap to my second microphone, so I have a DJI wireless mic and then I have a wireless mic mini. The wireless mic mini is perfect for inside the helmet, obviously, because it's such a small footprint. But the battery has died on it, so I had to swap over to the wireless mic. which takes up quite a bit of real estate inside the helmet, so hopefully it sounds okay and I can keep the footage, but I'm sure it will. Nice big long straight country road here. Could really put the hammer down if I wanted to, but you can never tell on these country roads. There could be tributary roads to the left and right. Cars can just pop out, so you always need to keep your wits about you. This hill here on the right, it's Burren Hill. It's just sandstone and a bit of moss and green. It looks like it just kind of juts out of a flat landscape. Beautiful. Well, this has to be a contender for the longest straight road in Ireland. Oh, here's a little bit of a bend. Woohoo! One thing about not having an audio system or a Cardo or a Senna or anything like that in your helmet, it's just you and your thoughts. Sometimes you go a little bit bananas and start talking to sheep on the side of the road. But you know, it's good for your mind to go a little bit crazy at times. Look at this landscape. It's just beautiful. You have to stand up on the bike and take it in. It's really special. I think so anyway. But I'm biased. These people tumming a lift, I'm no use to them. Sorry guys, only room for little old me on this bike, and occasionally the wife. Have to let the wife on occasionally. Just had to pull over there and clear some space on the SD cards. It's one of the pains of this moto vlogging, especially in 4K. The SD cards just fill up so quickly. I'm trying to work out some sort of a workflow for when I do the little European tour that I have coming up. So it's going to be like a 7-day tour. So I'm going to be recording for 7 days. So I don't know, do I just bring like a few hard drives with me to back up all the data? Do I buy a load of blank SSD cards? Or SD cards? Any advice from anybody who's used to doing these type of tours would be very grateful. The new USB charger's coming in handy already, so that's charging the batteries that I had in the camera earlier on. The battery charger in the tank bag, which is perfect. It's the ideal workflow. Need to be able to charge things on the go when you're making these videos, because just like SD cards, you burn through batteries. I love this time of year because you have, you know, spring is trying to creep in. You've got some growth, a bit of greenery, but then you're still loads of trees with no leaves. So it's kind of a 50-50, a mix of two seasons. It's really nice. I like this time of year, and I like autumn for the opposite reasons. It's the worst thing about country roads. I mean, they have their benefits, but if you get stuck behind a car, it's going slow, little old Nana on her way home from church, there's nowhere to overtake. You just gotta be patient and not try and freak out little old Nana. Oh, little old Nana's turning off, so we're good. Bye bye, Nana. More nice twisty roads. Another problem with these twisty country roads is you need to dodge the horse poop. Wow. Doesn't look like I'm getting anywhere for lunch anytime soon. I probably should have stopped in Gort like I thought initially. Ah well. This is just as fun anyway. My belly can wait. Do me no harm to miss a meal or two, to be fair. Loving these roads. Roadworks ahead. I hate to see it. Uneven surface. Ah. It's not too bad. It's worse when there's loose chippings. I don't know why they do that. Put loose chippings on the road. It's so dangerous for motorbikes. Sometimes you could be on a road like this, you just turn a corner and next thing you know, the loose chippings. It's so dangerous. Ooh, nice switchback bend. Uh-oh. It looks like I missed a turn. I just looked down at Calimoto there and it's like, you're going the wrong way. Oopsie daisies. So we need to turn around somewhere. I was just enjoying this road way too much. It's spectacular. At least I get to go back on it though. Once I find somewhere to turn around. Silly me. What a road though. Okay, here's a house. I can turn around here. Four kilometers to the turn, so I should have turned off the road 4 kilometers ago. Oopsie daisy. Suppose we'll just have to go through these lovely bends all over again. So we're just coming up to where I should have turned initially. And you know what? I'm not even mad. I love that I found that little road and I'm going to come back to it. Because it was class. But now we're on to another little country road. Let's see where this one takes us. You know, a lot of these roads that I've been on today, touch wood, if anything should happen to bike or a puncture or God knows what, it could be a while before you see someone. And there isn't a whole lot of phone signal out here either. But that's not going to happen to us today, is it? No. More of these roads with random gravel patches. I hate gravel. Like, it's the worst thing on a bike. Even when you just hit a little patch with your back wheel and it gives that little kick, my God, my heart just jumps out of my skin when that happens. Looks like we're going through a kind of forestry area here, a lot of cut down trees and stuff. Well, I say forestry. They were forests before they were all cut down. It's another pretty cool road, to be fair. Nice and twisty. It's just the surface isn't great. But that's just Ireland. Roads like this, like we get really harsh winters around here. So roads like this struggle to survive. And you know, can't have people out just resurfacing roads all the time. Wow, look at that. That's Lough Derg. Spectacular. My God. Calimoto really has delivered today. Some of the best roads I've ridden on since I got the bike, and some of the best scenery I've seen on the bike. All by just clicking on a button on Calimoto, saying new ride, telling it how long I wanted to be out for and what type of roads, and it did the rest. Hats off. I will share the ride at the end of this video, so if anybody local or visiting the area wants to copy the ride, yeah, it's all yours. It's a 150-kilometer ride I chose today, so it's a couple of hours, and it's a couple of hours well spent if you ask me. Oh, giant truck. Giant truck, little road, little motorbike. Squeezy, squeezy. You'd wonder, like, on a road like this, what the hell a giant truck is doing on the road on a Saturday. Oh yeah, there's a sign that says site entrance, so there's a good clue, Sean. Look at that spectacular view out over Lough Derg. I'm not sure you can see it from the camera, but I hope you can. One thing when you come around the corner and you see a view like that and it's spectacular, and then you're like, oh, I'm on a motorbike, I need to keep my eyes on the road. It's very easy to get distracted. These are such cool motorbike roads. They really are. Lots of sweeping bends and twists. If there could just be a little bit less gravel, that would be great. But generally, spectacular roads. So, the battery is dying in this microphone, and I don't have another microphone, so I'm going to end the video here. I'll still record the rest of the trip. If there's any highlights, you'll get to see it. There's only 26 minutes left on the Calimoto journey anyway. It's been spectacular weather, spectacular roads, spectacular scenery. Calimoto doesn't disappoint. Highly recommend, if you haven't got Calimoto and you're stuck for somewhere to go for a spin, download the app on your phone. It's this is the first time I've used it in earnest, and I've been really, really impressed with what it's delivered. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed the spin. As I said, I'll record the rest of it just in case there's any highlights. I never got to get lunch, so I'm still a bit hungry, so hopefully I'll find somewhere along the way. Yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.